obviously it's like it's a really really tough time in hospitality. You know, we see great places closing down all the time, and it's those things. It's the margins are so tight, and they've just got tighter. You know, energy prices are through the roof. Rent goes up and up. I mean, rent. You know, rent rates is silly. Staff. You know, it's hard to recruit. Staff need more money, and all of it goes down to like, not to make it like a political thing, but it's down to like governments and how they look after us. Not just hospitality, but everyone. Right? Everyone's you know you pay your energy bills have gone up. What you pay for food has gone up, and so that can't. That gets passed on in the wrong way to restaurants. Like if you're skin, what's the first thing you do? You don't go out to eat anymore, right?
Yeah.
And I don't blame anyone for not going out to restaurants as much as they do, because we're all fucking skin. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then everything on our end has gone up as well. So like we have to put our restaurants have to put the prices up because what we buy has gone up. Do you know what I mean? So like a piece of fish that used to, you know, we used to buy mackerel at fucking whatever it was, £4 a kilo, and now it's like 12 quid a kilo. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it is, like on today's market. But that can't get passed on to the consumer as quickly as the prices go up for the operator, right? So like fish and chips is a great example, right? Everyone always goes, "Oh, fish and chips is like 20 quid now." Yeah, but like a piece of cod costs X. The potatoes cost Y, but like all of these things go up, but like people don't expect the price to go up. Do you know what I mean? It's a hard one for that. So what I always think is like, I mean, the dynamic pricing thing is interesting. I've not heard that before, but what I think with anything is you have to be value for money, and what I mean by that is not, you don't have to be cheap. You don't have to like knock things out at like cut price. But you have to make sure that what you do is worth it, right? If someone goes out and buys a fucking like some cheap top from a shop, like, and it's cheap or whatever, but then like stitching shit or like it looks. But then if you go out and buy like a nice, like big brand thing or designer thing, yeah, it's more expensive, but you
wear it.
Do you know what I mean? If you go out for a meal, it's like, you shouldn't really. No. Sorry.
I know exactly.
It's like you shouldn't care what the bill is at the end, and I don't mean that in the way of like, you know, pissing money up the wall.
It's a life-changing experience. Yeah, well, not even all life-changing, but if you're aiming for that, then the money's not a problem.
Yeah, even further down the scale, like if you go to like, well, we're talking about like Devonshire and that, and you know you have like this really really simple but like beautiful meal. You shouldn't think of like, it should be the same. Do you know what I mean? Like if you go to Innisea or you go to Devonshire or you go to Nando's, those things, like you see the relative value for money in all of them, because they are what they meet your expectations in the right way, meet or exceed. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think people need to be like cheap. No one needs to be knocking out like, oh, these cut price deals or whatever. And actually, I think sometimes people see through that, and it's almost like off-putting. Do you know what I mean?
So it's like also, so for example, right? So say, I love the analogy or the parallel industry in terms of buying dams, right? Clothes, right? So it's like if you go into wherever, like, I don't know, Ralph Lauren, right? In someone goes into Ralph Lauren and they want to get a shirt for a wedding or something like that, right? And they go into Oxford Street, they get it, and it's the experience is delicious, and they feel that someone's in there been like, you know, banging. Exact same shirt in fucking TK Maxx. It's got a red thing on it saying, you know, 40 quid off.
You're
getting the same thing. The experience, because it's discounted, like the perceived value is not the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, you know, I've had bad meals in very good restaurants. Do you know what I mean? Or like very very good reputation restaurants, or like high end restaurants, and it's because you go in there with an expectation, and if that isn't met, that's where you feel cheated. Do you know what I mean? That's where you're not cheated. Maybe that's strong, but do you know what I mean? That's where you don't see it, and that's what I think.
Well, happiness is expectations minus reality.
Exactly. Yeah. So what it needs to be is like you need to come away from there going, I loved that. Like whether that's in a sear, whatever, whether it's the fucking greasy spoon, like, and you're hungover and you want a great breakfast. You know what I mean? Like you can have the you can, as long as you don't feel like you have spent your money in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Then I think that's
from a sort of creative way solving that. You know, we talked about all the issues with, you know, everyone's skint's the right word, and you know, Will and Jack at Row, they were saying, well, actually, like we don't want to put the prices down. We want to like just sell more, sell more stuff, or get more people through the door, because that will solve the problem. So I think they were saying in Canary Wharf, it's interesting because actually nowadays, because the whole idea of the long lunch, you know, the business guys is gone, because no one's like, loads of people don't drink in the week, and it's like we'll have a lucky saint and then fuck off.
Yeah.
So actually, it's quite hard. So they're doing this like 3 o'clock. I think it's like cocktails and chicken. It's not that name. It's better than that. But it's like other ways to get people in. Like, what's some of the creative ways you're thinking about actually getting punters in through the door, or basically staying in the game? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's like different things in different places. So like with Pearly Cream, we started doing like oyster kind of happy hour, I think, sort of thing. So like through the afternoon, like we'll do like half a dozen oysters and a glass of wine sort of thing. It's like a package thing to kind of get people to come in those times. But yeah, I mean, just listening to guests and what they want. Do you know what I mean? And like how they want to spend money. I think, you know, with the Capital, when we first opened it, I was going to do, you know, I kind of like, I was trying to go the wrong way. I think like, but this was before we opened. I was like, right, we're going to do like a 15-course taster, and it's going to be fucking, we're going to do this, and it's going to be super rigid. And as we were getting closer to the open, I was like, no, like it can't be that. Like some people want that, but some people want 5 courses, they want 3 courses, they want to order a la carte. Do you know what I mean? So that, I think that like making sure you're like open to what
empathy
experience. Again. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, like first and like
you could have said, oh fuck this, it's 7 courses. Yeah, it's
an absolute contradiction to, you know, what I was saying before. And I was like, I think because like I had this kind of, you know, this I was like, right, I'm going to the Capital, it's going to be great. Like it's fucking, you know, it's my name above the door, I'm going to do all this. And then I was like, do you know what? Actually, like that's completely the wrong outlook. And it's in contradiction to how I am anyway. So I was like, before we opened, I was like, no, we're going to do, we'll have that experience. We'll have like a 10-course menu for people that want that. But also like some people don't want to spend all that money but they still want a great experience. So they're going to come and do the 5-course or a 7-course or a 3-course. Do you know what I mean? Or we're going to order a la carte. Do you know what I mean? So I think just being receptive to like what people want as an experience is really important.
Espressos is sponsored by supply chain software gurus Unleashed. It talks your e-com and accounting software. It's helped islands cut admin time in half, get granular clarity on your margins, know where your stock is, don't miss availability. Brands like Candy Kittens, Tiny Rebel and Trip all use Unleashed, and so should you.